Evening. Welcome to another episode of Roar Time. I'm your host, Richard Holdridge, the color commentator for your Columbus Lions, here with Coach Gibson. Week 1 in the books in the National Arena League. Congratulations on the win against the Jacksonville Sharks, 56-49 in overtime. But before we get into the game, let's talk about all the festivities leading up to the game. The fans, the tailgating.
You were going to talk about us beating Jacksonville 3 times in a row. But we'll save that for another day.
All right.
Go ahead.
No, it was just a great atmosphere.
It was, man. That Civic Center did a great job. They had food trucks out there. Chester's, shout out to Chester's Barbecue. They had some bounce houses out there, go jump and slide inflatables, which was really good. The fans, the band, the walk line. We were standing in a tunnel, and we heard the band strike it up. And when they did, you saw the players like, oh, okay, here we go. And it was just kind of set the mood. It was so much fun. It was just great atmosphere. Probably one of the best I've seen since I've been here.
And then the fans were definitely out at the Columbus Civic Center. The Lions fans faithful to the team. And let's talk about that kickoff as the Lions won the toss and they got to the ball. And then you have good field position off a penalty by Jacksonville. But the penalties backed Lions up, and Darren Daniel threw the interception. Jacksonville, they get the score first. They had a 2-score lead for several drives. But, that first half, Coach, I know that you won, but anything that you look at as far as the first half, as far as cleaning up the penalties and the mistakes?
There was a lot of penalties. Everybody saw that, good and bad. And there was a lot of turnovers. And I think we went into halftime. We had the ball 6 times, and we scored twice. And that is not good, not in arena football. And I really thought, even though I'm a glass half full type guy, that I was like, okay, we're going to take from this. We're going to learn from this. But, it was what it was. And that's one of the reasons I went for it at the end of the half. I had to get something going. That field goals just didn't do any good for me there at the end of the half. So, and they were getting the ball back, which was another problem. But we went into halftime and we talked about it. And I said, if 2 things got to happen. One, we have to stop on the opening drive. If they go up by 3 scores, I felt it could have been trouble doing that. And then we had to clean up some of our substitutions. Not necessarily. We know what we're doing. I think I left some guys in there too long. So watching with the talented of players that I have on the team as a whole, top to bottom. It's not like I'm top heavy with 4 or 5 really elite players and it tails off. I feel fortunate that we've recruited a team built for arena football, for Ironman, that we're pretty darn athletic top to bottom. And I thought we could outlast them. And I thought we could out-athletic them in the end with conditioning and speed.
Well, let's talk about that second half. Jacksonville gets the ball first. They're up 35-22. They're marching down the field. It looks like they're going to go up 3 score. And then Jarman Forsen with the scoop and score that completely changed the momentum of the game. You're only down by 1 score. But Jacksonville has another long drive. And they go up 42-28. Coach, in the back of your mind, you didn't possess the ball at all in that third quarter. But what was going through your mind hoping to try to get back into this game? I know that you guys can score. I mean, Darren Daniel did a great job connecting with Forsen. They had a Darren Townsend with a long kickoff return. I mean, you have playmakers, but Jacksonville, Malik Henry, they were on fire. They were scoring. But I know in the back of your mind you were thinking, we have got to get a turnover here to change the momentum and get back into
we
this
had
game.
one. I think, again, on that second drive after the Fortune scoop, I can't remember now, but I think they threw a pick off the wall, and we ran back for another touchdown. But it got called back for the jack out of the box. But to not have the ball the entire third quarter was a little crushing. But the defensive touchdowns, the special teams touchdowns, those are the marks of the early 2011, 2012 type championship teams that we've had in the past, when we were scoring in all 3 phases at home. So that way, if something wasn't working that day, the other part picked it up. And you got to figure, we had 3 defensive scores. 2 of them got called back because Fortson intercepted another pass early in the first half. Rodney Hall picks the pass off the wall. We take that one. Charles McClain drops an interception. Kevin Fuller drops an interception. Darrell Green drops an interception, and Rodney Hall drops an interception. So when you look at all that, mistakes, penalties, officiating, all the things that happened against us, and to still come out with the win, I mean, it says a lot.
Well, let's talk about Jarman Forsen. 2 touchdown receptions. He had the scoop and score. He was named Ironman Player of the Week for the National Arena League.
First one ever.
First time, especially with these Ironman rules. What can you say about Jarman Forsen, the type of player? I know coming back to the Lions and also can play defensive back. And what is so special that makes Jarman Forsen the typical Ironman player?
Well, first thing you got to do when you play Ironman football is you have to just love football. You know, there's a lot of guys, I can't go out there. You got to pay me, and I need this, I need that. And you know, and everybody wants to get paid. I get that. And so does Jarman, don't get me wrong. But he loves to play football no matter what. He just loves the game. And when you have that kind of passion, and that's, you know, not to side jump this, but when I watch the NFL, those are the types of players that I love watching the NFL. When you watch a guy in the NFL who loves the game, like a Tom Brady, or say what you want to say, or Barry Sanders, or those guys that I grew up watching, you know, he loved to play the game. And when he didn't love playing the game anymore, they walk away. Not because they want to play because of the money. And when I look at Jarman now, at this point in his career, he just can't wait to be on the field and make plays. And we have a lot of guys like that. So I'm happy for him.
All right, Coach. So I know that Game 1 is in the books, the National Arena League's first week of the season, as all the road teams. Luckily, you were able to get the win because Carolina was able to beat Albany, and Orlando was able to beat San Antonio. And we just got a lot to talk about in this game.
Sure.
You are watching Roar Time. Stay tuned. We'll be back with a quick commercial break. We will get a deep dive into the stats of the game against Jacksonville.
The Outskirts Sports Bar and Grill. Nobody does food like The Outskirts. Amazing wings, appetizers, baskets, and burgers. And Mr. Henry's Lunch Buffet is the best in town. All-you-can-eat Southern cooking for only $10. Follow The Outskirts on Facebook for the latest on nightly entertainment, sports, music, and the best food in town. The Outskirts Sports Bar and Grill, corner of Veterans Parkway and Whitesville Road in Columbus.
Jarman, come on in. It's just not cool in my house. It normally makes a noise. I don't know why it's not.
How'd you fix it?
I can't believe it. You fixed it.
Let's be honest, climate control's not that easy. We love what we do, and there's nothing better than a job well done. To be there when you need it most.
Vector Ply Corporation is a world-leading manufacturer of carbon, fiberglass, and Kevlar composite fabrics located in Phoenix City, Alabama. Our customers depend on us to produce iconic brands such as Malibu and Nautique boats, Cub Crafter airplanes, and the historic C8 mid-engine Corvette. Even the light poles surrounding the Columbus Civic Center were produced by a Vector Ply customer using Vector Ply fabrics. If you're looking for an exciting career with a growing manufacturer located right here in the Chattahoochee Valley, visit our website, VectorPly.com, to learn more about Vector Ply and our opportunities.
Welcome back to Roar Time. I'm your host, Richard Holdridge, and Coach Gibson is here as we are just excited that the Lions are 1-0 on the season after beating the Jacksonville Sharks. But let's talk about your quarterback, Darren Daniel, who only had 5 days of practice. I know it had to have been tough losing Mason Espinoza, which he is now the offensive coordinator at DePaul University, so congratulations to him. I mean, he took the job. But what does that say about the Darren Daniel coming back to Columbus and just stepping in and saying, Coach, I'm ready to go.
That was a quick turnaround. That's hard. I forgot how short of a time frame it was, and he probably hasn't played in a year or two. I think he played with another league, but just kind of come off the couch and start playing and play. And I said this to a lot of people, and I've said this to Darren. Is he going to go out there and go 27 of 28 for 500 yards and 9 touchdowns? He can, yeah, but probably not. But at the end of the day, when you walk off the field, Darren's got a W. He's a winner.
Now, he did throw 3 touchdown passes. He had 3 touchdown runs.
Yeah, I know
him as a dual threat quarterback, that 20-yard run. I mean, we were up in the broadcast hoping that he does not have an opportunity where he has to slide on turf, but he took it right into the end zone.
Well, I forgot he had 6 touchdowns. How he didn't get the Offensive Player of the Week for the NAL, I have no idea, because nobody else had 6 touchdowns. But, he's if he had that kind of game, and that's a bad game, I mean, sky's the limit, If he came out and played the best he possibly can, and that's his ceiling, then that's questions we got to be answered. But he's a hard worker. He's a competitor. Not once in the game did he get down. Even after we threw 2 picks early, we're trailing by 2 scores. He's not pouting. He's not, what we got to do. He's just steady Freddy. And, man, he just keeps on rocking and rolling, and we figure out a way.
All right, let's talk about your kick returner, Darren Townsend.
Yeah.
Because he ran one back for a touchdown in the first half. He ran it all the way, and then there was the penalty by Jacksonville. But him as a kickoff returner, it really puts you just ahead of the curve, knowing that you're going to have good field position any opponent that you play this season.
I got 3 of them. It ain't just Darren. It's Darren. It's Desmond Reese, and it's Charles McClain. All 3 of those guys can score. They're my 3 two-way guys. I would put them up against anybody in the league as far as knowledge of the game, athletic ability, character, the whole gamut, whatever it's called. But Darren did a great job. He shot out of a cannon.
All right, let's talk about the defense because they turned it around in that second half. Ramon DeLoach getting pressure on Malik Henry towards that second half. I think that the adjustments you made, even though Jacksonville put up 49 points, that Malik Henry was being pressured that entire second half, it seemed like, and Columbus had the momentum. I know that he got the touchdown on the 4th and long.
Right.
And, Jacksonville did take the 49-42 lead, but in overtime, Columbus stepped up when it mattered the most and got the 4th down stop.
I thought the guys on defense were physical. Green, Hall, the two-way players, Forsen, Kerry Starks. I mean, holy cow. I mean, I just thought we played physical. We played physical. We made tackles. We didn't have a lot of missed tackles. Defense played outstanding. Probably the unsung heroes of the game.
Let's talk about week 1 in the National Arena League because you have Carolina getting a huge road victory over Albany. And then you have Orlando getting a road victory over San Antonio.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's good wins. And the road teams won all the way across the board for the most part. I watched some of those games, and it's just, it's a good job by both teams. I'm going to keep it simple. I mean, I don't want to give away too much secrets of what I saw and didn't see, but it's big wins.
Well, let's talk about the remaining schedule because you have San Antonio next.
Right.
You travel there. They're a brand new team in the National Arena League. And then after that, you take on Jacksonville again, which you're going to play Jacksonville 2 more times.
Yeah, I know.
And then the next home game, a treat if you're in town in Columbus, Memorial Day weekend, May the 28th against the Albany Empire. Hopefully we'll see a big crowd with it being Memorial Day weekend.
Well, I mean, I love the schedule. I love the NAL. There's no game you look on the schedule and go, it's pretty easy. It's San Antonio at home, and then I got Jacksonville. Holy cow. Then you got Albany again. And then, it's just – there's 6 teams in the league, but I would rather have 6 teams in the league and every game you watch somebody could win than have 12 to 14 teams in the league and 8 of them are 56-0 blowouts. See what I mean?
Yes.
I like the competition. I like the competitiveness. I like the familiarity because now people go, Jacksonville's coming in town. Oh, the Predators are coming in town. I can't wait to watch that game. So that's what makes it fun. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the San Antonio trip. We're flying out tomorrow morning, early, red eye. So we'll get there and get a chance to go out in Texas and go to San Antonio. I mean, I've heard some good things about that place and that team, and they've got some really good players. And you can say what you want and watch film, but they've got players, and it's definitely not a game you're going to go down there and just think, hey, we're going to go have a good time. I mean, we better show up or we're in trouble.
All right. Well, the Columbus Lions do play the San Antonio Gunslingers on April the 30th, and you could watch that game on the National Arena League's YouTube channel. Coach, we're definitely going to be watching that game and rooting for you. We'll catch you back on next week as we'll recap the San Antonio game. But safe travels, best of luck against the San Antonio Gunslingers, and have fun in San Antonio. Enjoy the Riverwalk and all the things that San Antonio has to offer.
I told the players, man, this is a must win. This is a must win. There ain't nothing. Plus, we have a late flight Sunday. There's nothing worse than taking an L, which I've done before, and you got to sit in that city all day Sunday for that 5 p.m. flight and just sulk about a loss. And that is some of the worst feelings that some people will never get. And so we really need to win, because if we do win, I'm going to go to the Alamo. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Thanks, Coach. That was head coach Jason Gibson of the Columbus Lions. Thank you once again for watching another episode of Roar Time. Stay tuned for next week as we will recap the game against San Antonio. Hope that everybody has a great night.